And consequently, from 2002 to today, over 20,000 tons of gold has been withdrawn from the Shanghai Gold Exchange vaults into public hands.
It's been widely known that China has a stated 2,000 tons of gold. Keyword here is stated. Do you believe this stated number to be true?
Well, I mean, it's true in the sense that there's officially declared reserves, but you should bear in mind that China introduced regulations appointing the People's Bank with sole responsibility for the state's gold and silver way back in 1983. And I mean, you can get these regulations online. I mean, there's an English translation of them. And what then happened was that at that time, ordinary people were banned from owning gold. That ban was lifted in 2002 when the Shanghai Gold Exchange was opened. And people were then encouraged. In fact, there was even a media campaign, television advertisements and all the rest of it, persuading ordinary people to go out and buy gold. And consequently, from 2002 to today, over 20,000 tons of gold has been withdrawn from the Shanghai Gold Exchange vaults into public hands. Other circumstantial evidence. We know that the state has a complete monopoly on gold and silver refining within China. We also know that gold that goes into China never comes out. So what's going on? Well, the answer is quite simple. There is only one explanation. Oh, another thing. China, from a standing start, became the largest gold mine producer of gold in the world. I mean, by a country mile. And this reflected enormous investment by the state in it. So, why? Why? Well, the answer is quite simple, and that is that between 1983, when the regulations were struck, and 2002, China obviously accumulated sufficient gold, physical gold bullion, to satisfy its requirements, whatever they were. So they were obviously building a stash of gold. So we're not talking about 2,000 tons. I mean, I looked at the capital flows, first of all, inward capital flows, as the West basically invested in production in China. And then after that, the flows started going the other way on a net basis as China began exporting, became a net exporter. So there were substantial capital flows going on. So where China is, basically, they have obviously had a program of accumulating gold. In that time between 1983 and 2002, I estimate on the basis of capital flows that China probably accumulated at contemporary prices. And remember that at that time, gold was in a bear market, falling towards sort of $250 an ounce. She could quite easily have accumulated over 20,000 tons of gold. And I mean, when I first came out with this estimate, there were people saying, no, this is absolute, what evidence has he got? And so on. I don't have any evidence other than the circumstantial evidence, which very strongly points in this direction. So I don't know the true figure. But what I do know is that subsequent to that, China has made sure that her people have a reasonable exposure to gold. And not only that, she stops any gold leaving the country, apart from a little bit of gold which goes into Hong Kong for jewelry fabrication, so that Chinese citizens from the mainland, when they go into Hong Kong to do shopping, they can buy gold jewelry free of sales tax. And that's it. I mean, that's the only gold that ever comes out of China. So you have this policy, really, where, not part of the official reserves at all, but China has made sure that not only has she got substantial physical gold reserves as a nation, she's ensured that her people have been encouraged to accumulate gold as well. And furthermore, She dominates the global exchanges for physical gold. I mean, America and London are paper gold. I mean, it's